Pasta versus rice for supercharging soil life. The underground food fight every gardener needs to know. Ever stumbled on a gardening tip so simple it almost feels wrong to ignore? That's exactly what happened when we tested two incredibly ordinary leftovers, cooked pasta and cooked rice, to see which one sends soil microbes into overdrive. What we found flipped a few assumptions on their head. One of these humble carbs doesn't just decompose, it fuels a chain reaction beneath the soil that changes texture, moisture balance, nutrient cycling, and long-term soil fertility. And today on Crop Corner, I'm breaking down the results so you know exactly which scrap your soil is secretly craving. The moment you understand this test, something shifts in the way you garden. Because this isn't really about pasta or rice. It's about unlocking the engine that powers every thriving plant. Soil microbes take what we add and convert it into fuel your crops can actually use. From the start, we made sure this showdown was fair. Equal amounts of cooked pasta and cooked rice went into separate beds at the same depth of around 2 to 3 inches. No added compost, no fertilizers, no organic matter that could influence results. Just pure carbohydrate power. Both were cooled, mixed in evenly, and moistened with the exact same schedule. At first glance, it seemed obvious what would happen. Rice, being smaller and more porous, should break down faster. Pasta, being denser and richer in gluten, should take longer but potentially support a broader range of soil life. But what unfolded was far more interesting than mere speed. Within days, the rice began absorbing more moisture, softening until it practically melted into the surrounding soil. Under the microscope, bacterial colonies surged almost instantly. Rice offers easily digestible starches with a high surface area once cooked, and bacteria respond to that like a crowd rushing into an open gate. The soil transformed quickly. It smelled richer, looked darker, and loosened up as microbial activity spiked. If you're someone who wants fast nutrient cycling, rice is the turbo button you didn't know you had. Pasta, though, played a different game. It softened slowly, and because of its structure, it created small pockets that held moisture better. These pockets became ideal microhabitats not just for bacteria, but for fungi. Thin fungal strands called hyphae began weaving through the pasta fragments, colonizing them like tiny underground scaffolding. This matters more than most gardeners realize. Fungi help improve soil structure by binding particles together, creating channels for water and air, and forming networks that help plants access nutrients. Over time, these fungal-dominant environments create soil that feels alive in your hands, clumpy in the best way, rich, aerated, and beautifully balanced. Both rice and pasta boosted microbial life, but they fed different players. Rice triggered a fast bacterial spike, while pasta nurtured slower, deeper, more diverse fungal activity. Each one tells a different story depending on what your garden needs. Of course, adding cooked food to soil always comes with risks. Excess water and a lack of air can shift decomposition from healthy to anaerobic, which leads to foul smells and even pests. That's why burying the food scraps 2 to 3 inches down is essential. Never leave cooked carbohydrates on the surface because they dry out, attract critters, or rot improperly. Burying them allows microbes, not scavengers, to take the lead. Lightly aerating the soil and avoiding sogginess ensures the right kind of breakdown. After several weeks, the showdown revealed its biggest surprises. The rice completely disappeared. It integrated into the soil matrix so thoroughly that you could no longer see where it had been. The result was fluffy, soft soil enriched with the residue of thriving bacterial populations. It's the kind of environment annual crops love because it's quick to cycle nutrients and boosts early growth. The pasta, however, still had traces remaining, but what remained was valuable. The soil around it was noticeably richer and more structured, almost crumbly. The fungal networks were still active, holding moisture evenly and improving aeration. This is long-term soil building happening in real time. Plants grown in the pasta-amended soil developed stronger early root systems and more stable moisture retention. The rice-amended soil gave a quick kick of energy, but as soon as the rice fully decomposed, the spike faded. This tells us something incredibly important for gardeners. Rice is like instant energy. It boosts bacteria quickly, cycles nutrients fast, and helps tired soil wake up. If you're preparing a bed for quick crops, or trying to rescue soil that needs immediate life, rice is an excellent choice. But pasta is the slow-release microbial fertilizer your long-term beds will love. It builds fungal-dominant soil, the kind that supports perennials, deep-rooted crops, and garden beds you want to keep improving year after year. For practical use, keep the formula simple. Mix 1 cup of cooked pasta or rice into 1 gallon of soil. Add water gradually until moist but never soggy. Bury the mixture about 2 to 3 inches below the surface. And remember, airflow is everything. Too much water creates rot, not growth. You can even expand this approach by blending pasta scraps into compost or using rice to start microbial teas, as long as you dilute them well and bury them properly. The possibilities are endless once you understand how each carb behaves underground. So who takes the crown in this ultimate soil life showdown? Rice wins for speed. Pasta wins for long-term improvement. But if we're talking about building soil that keeps getting better month after month, pasta edges ahead with its fungal-friendly nature and lasting effects. Meanwhile, rice stays the champion for gardeners who want immediate microbial firepower. At the end of the day, your soil will show you which one it prefers. Try this experiment in your own beds, observe the changes, and share your results with the Crop Corner community. And if this deep dive helped you rethink your kitchen scraps, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and share this with a fellow grower so we can keep transforming ordinary gardens into thriving ecosystems together.